Mr. Matt Cross, what's going on here? Hopefully you're doing good. Looks both ways. Nobody in here. That's because those stupid invites haven't shown up yet. You just got early access because you're super cool. So, what's going on? We having fun tonight? Any exciting plans for the weekend? Today is July 21st, 2020. We should have some fun. Send a couple invites out, see what happens. Just having some fun. Ordered up, made a fresh brew with some, what the hell? What's up, Chris Smith? SBR Grindle. We're going to be doing a little drinking tonight. As you guys know, this is fresh brewed sweet tea. John Parson, how are you? Mil Spec Grunt. Hope you're having a great day. Robert Warren. I need a couple paper towels. This thing's condensing all over the table here. So, what is going on? Hopefully, everybody out there's having fun. New and exciting. Anything new and exciting? Who's got a new rifle coming? Who's got a new pistol? I want to know. I got a rifle coming. A lot of you guys might or might not know, but I'm super excited about it. MDT chassis, custom Curtis Axiom action. It'll be in 6mm Creedmoor and Eagle Eye Precision. Eagle Eye Shooting here on YouTube is actually doing the build, so I'm pretty excited about it. Got a custom muzzle brake getting made for it as well that he's tweaking with, so we'll have some fun. Hope you got a catheter plugged in. I got a trash can under here, but I'll probably just, utilize the restroom. Now, how many of you guys out there enjoy pissing in the woods? I tell you what, that's me. If you guys want to know, I love pissing in the woods. I am not getting an ARC Red Raider, but I have a buddy. X-Ring is getting an ARC. He's getting a barrel set up for that one that Ella's rifle, actually. Unless he changes his mind, but I believe he's getting a 6mm ARC for that. And depending on how well that shoots, it might be an awesome training round. So we'll see what happens. What the hell? What's up, Red October? If you guys aren't familiar with my buddy Red October, he's a Texan boy, and he likes throwing sharp objects into wood. So go check out his channel. Savage B22 Precision with an MDT chassis. Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. Robert's got a brand new 6.5. Awesome. Chris Smith's got an AR coming. Let's see. I'm about to buy the Tikka T3X. You talked me into it. Matt Cross, you're going to love that rifle. I love that rifle. Let's see here. Somebody had said it was 45. Dang it. Who was it? They just bought one, and they bought one for $15.50 out the door. I did a video on that. It was for Lead Mining 44 or 45. Lead Mining 44, I think is what it was. Just got a Tikka, and go back and see that video because it might save you a few bucks if you have one of those in the store or if you have one of those stores nearby as well. Got it. There's a savings out there, guys, and I can help out. Definitely good. Nick Knox, welcome from Korea. Nick Knox is a buddy of ours from Korea. Texas here. Yeah, we got some Texas boys in the house. We got Chris Smith. We got Red Raider. We got Red October. I like it. Let's see. Rick ever tried Barnes bullets? A little bit. Oh, there's Lead Mining 44 right there. Lead Mining 44. Where'd you buy that Tikka from? That was, I think you had put $15.50, I think is what it was. Help these guys out. We got I think Matt Cross was looking at buying one, so help a brother out. What's up, Crowderman? How you doing, buddy? You gonna go shoot some PRS matches with us now? John's got he's got a Tikka as well. I've shot his Tikka. Oh, Cabela is $16.50. I thought you said $15.50. I really like the Hornady round. The KB32 is in the house. Let's see how many cocktails he's had.
Oh, no, not tonight. No, I just got back. Huh?
Turn your thing off because we're hearing you.
I did.
Test 1 2. So I can hear myself.
All right. Well, shit.
Mil spec, come on. AR
Can you still hear yourself?
Yes,
all right,
yes,
well, I'm
yes.
going to see now. I got to go. I just dropped in to say hi. Just got back from the range, doing some range training for our event. And then I remembered that I never leveled my scope.
Yeah,
that'll kill your 700-yard shots for sure. So anyway, we're going to level it up, go back out there tomorrow, and have some fun with it. I'm just shooting with some regular Magtech 77 grain, but that thing was it was vicious. So anyway, all right, love you long time. Happy innings. Y'all take care.
All right. Had to see KB go, but man, that was annoying. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get back here. Thompson Center in core 22250 active. Nice, Robert. I have a 22250 that Thompson Center. I don't know if you ever saw that old video or not. You got like 5 barrels with it. And the 22250, I love that. Is a great round to shoot. A lot of fun. Those things vaporize squirrels. And it is it's an awesome flat shooting round for sure. X-Rings out there. Check your email, X-Ring. Mano, what's going on? 018. Mano 018 coming at you. Where were you 2.5 hours ago when I was bored silly? 45 auto. I was still at work. I mean, I'm still at work right now, but I was working. Now the guys are just sitting around watching TV, waiting for the tones to go off, and this is when I get a chance to screw off with you guys and have some fun. During the day, I gotta do the normal work stuff. But when the night comes, it's all fun and games. Let's see, the voices sound muffled. What's up, Mr. Joaquin? Let's see, you can get a Tika T3 TAC A1308 for $14.50 at Euro Optics. SBR says. Now, how many of you guys would prefer the 308 over the 6.5 Creedmoor? And I'm out of focus. I know it looks like I'm out of focus, which doesn't make sense because I'm on a computer that has a. It does look out of focus. Maybe we've been drinking too much tea. So Ken, I'm sorry, my friend. This is the best I got. This computer is actually old. I went Apple years ago, like 10 years ago, because it seemed like every time I got a regular computer, it was always getting some silly virus. And I'm like, okay, screw this. I'm going to try this Apple thing. And it took me like a year and a half to figure out how to do anything on it, but I figured it out. And actually, it's ran great for like the last 9.5 years. But it's getting old. It's getting a little beat up. I like the 300 Win Mag myself. Ice House says, thanks for showing up, Ice House. Been a while since I've seen that name out in the comment section. Let's see, they're the same bolt face. You can replace the barrel. And no bolt. Yep, that's true, Matt. You could. I just think after talking with Ray, and him he was a huge 308 shooter back in the day, and he really enjoyed the 6.5 and kind of talked me into the ballistic seemed to be a little better. I was like, why not go with the master? What is his name on Karate Kid? What's the Miyagi? Speaking of Miyagi, whoa! What in the hell you got on your head?
A cat, dead cat.
Remember the chat we did the other night, and I said, come up with a name for Ray's hair. Remember that?
Yep.
They actually came up with some funny ass stuff. I love it. Yep, Talking Rock finally got here live, so that's awesome. Thanks for showing up, Talking Rock. Rick should have smoked ham, cheese, duck, mayos, slice matter, sandwich with all that tea. What's up, HRM? How was your day today?
Busy. Man, my last 2 days have been stupid busy.
Well, good. Get all that work out of the way so when I show up, we can go screw off or something.
Playing catch up and making suppressors.
Well, what's the outcome? Which color is selling the most? You got the apocalyptic, you got the FDE, you got the black. I'm assuming
Drum roll.
what?
Drum roll. Black. Because black suppressors matter.
Black suppressors matter.
We had to like drop and stop and produce a lot of black ones. Second place is Coyote. And then third place is Apocalyptic.
Yeah, I think the apocalyptic, if you know that torch thing we talked about where you heat
Yeah.
the cool colors in the titanium,
Yep.
I think that would be pretty damn cool. Nick Knox talking about the helmets. Those helmets up there are trophies from shooting in a competition back in the day. For one of the fire chiefs had died for a town north of me, and it was a cancer deal. So all those trophies were we basically all the funds went to his family for cancer, all that stuff. So the white ones are first place, the black ones are third, and I never won a red one, which was at the time I was a captain. I always wanted to get second place and not third or first. So whatever. And there's that story. So Shaggy, I see the name now. So you and Sam have been
Killing
it on suppressors, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we have been. Actually, it's funny how overrun the system is right now. I mean, you used to do Form 3s, dealer to dealer transfer on NFA items, and you would get them back the same day or within a day. Now it's running over a week for transfers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Maybe maybe a lot of people are buying them. I have no idea, but either way, yeah, I'm only getting like 2 approvals a day in the morning. They come in around 7:30, but yeah, it's really far behind. I've got Form 3s I put in last Tuesday that I still haven't gotten back yet. But what's weird is I put some in on Friday and got those back yesterday and today.
Huh. But not all of them. So sometimes it's fast and sometimes you're waiting a few days extra.
Yeah,
you're
it
always getting
almost
them.
seems like it's related to it almost seems related to how many they ordered. I had one that was a 15 piece order, and that one has been 7 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna make any in green?
No.
OD green?
You know what? I'm not going to say no to anything because we have a lot of different options on Cerakote, and green was one of the first ones we had put out there. But right now, black is taking it on by a storm. And
Yeah,
I mean, could see green. Could see
I think most people's, what they're putting it on is probably black, so they're going black. But there's a little bit of coolness to the.
Man, I like
really think the apocalyptic's cool as shit.
Yeah, it is.
And I think a lot of people don't really know what it looks like. I don't know what you guys have done for marketing out there with the apocalyptic, but it's a cool looking unit for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely durable. It's not going to show, any nicks or dings or anything like that. Whereas, you look at any black suppressor,
scratches.
After owning one for 5-6 months or something like that, it's going to show all kinds of little dings on it. We're using, the best B series, Cerakote. It's 1800 degree rated. So, I mean, it's no joke on the black, but it's still not going to be as durable as like the apocalyptic. Silencer Shop will, right now they're not getting any. We're not doing anything like that right now. It's just dealers. that contact us, and the problem. It's good, but a lot of times we're sticking to the MSRP, always have, and that's what it is.
Yeah. So would you say the people buying them are mostly in the local area, or are you shipping them off far?
All over. We got a bunch of inquiries for overseas, but that gets. I don't know if I'm going to cross that bridge yet. We'll see.
Yeah, more issues of them trying to copy it and steal it and all that other
Well,
stuff.
no, not so much that, because we've got EU patents on it and everything else, but it's just the export laws and everything. It's just it already takes long enough. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting one after I get some money for it. Let's see. Ice House says it took him 2 weeks to get my revolver. Carcane's got a cool 1922 pistol. That's pretty awesome. All that tea you're building, one hell of a kidney stone. Shit. 2/3 of my body is a kidney stone. Smash that like button. Thanks, Robert M. Rick. Let's see, all that tea. Yep. Yeah, you know what? I've been really lucky. I've actually have the guy check my blood sugar every once in a while. We have a little bit of fun with that. Be like, oh, I wonder what it's at. And you know what? It's always good. It's right where it needs to be. So far I'm good. My body likes that sugar and processes it well, I guess. Everybody's making fun of poor Ray's hair. We got Justin Bieber 2009.
Okay.
We got Ray looks like he bought one Donald Trump's hairpiece. You know what Ray likes? Ray likes to be picked on like I do every once in a while.
It's okay. I can handle it.
Yeah. So how's your Mini X? She ready to do some more long range stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just going to be a little bit because I've got that rifle disassembled into a bunch of little parts now. I'm going to start the Cerakote process this week. That is going to take a while because I'm going to do multi-layer with stencils. So it's, you got to spray it, flash it, spray it, flash it. It's going to take a while. So anyway, yeah, she's wanting to shoot again, but rifle's not going to be together for a couple more days, and I got a bunch of reloading to do. Yeah, I want to do some more of these PRS matches for sure. I looked at the schedule this week, and there's one like August the 1st. All of them are within 4 hours away from where I live. So yeah, they've got them in like Alton, Virginia, just outside of Danville, which I've shot there before when they used to hold a bunch of 3-gun matches there. And then there's one in Alabama. There's one in Georgia. So yeah, plenty of playing field.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually surprised there are as many as there was. You said every weekend you could basically shoot one.
Yeah, pretty much every other weekend it seems like there's a major PRS event pretty close to us.
As long as that every other weekend doesn't line up with my work every other weekend.
Yeah, exactly. But put in some orders today for proof barrels. It's going to be a while, but talk to those guys, and yeah, I'm ordering carbon fiber proof for the AI, and then also another steel replacement. That 6mm likes to eat those barrels.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm a little worried about with my new rifle, but it is what it is. It's a barrel. Until recently, I didn't even know you could shoot a barrel out. Once we started talking, I mean, I got some rifles with a bazillion rounds through it, but they're like 22 long rifle kind of stuff where you can put a bazillion rounds through it and not have to worry about it. But yeah, I did not know at the time. Mini X is going to beat old X-Ring before long. Yeah, TB.
No doubt about it.
And he'll be proud as hell if that happens. I know I will be.
It's Matt, you have no idea how funny that is. So I pull into the driveway yesterday, and at the very bottom of the driveway there's this squirrel. Of course, he's in the fetal position, he's dead. I go back down there to move him, and he's gone. Something ate him.
Something ate him, or maybe he's just taking a little nap. SBR was asking what barrel I'll be using in that build, and it's actually the same one you're running. It's the Double Diamond by
No, it's not the Double Diamond. It's the Double X Premium.
Double X by who though?
Douglas.
Douglas, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, this is not. That's not a toupee. That's attached right there, buddy.
That is getting long. This still my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite picture, but the one where it's just like whoosh.
Out of control. Well, I had a hat on today, so
Yeah. Yeah, I've been wearing this Hornady hat. I actually like it. This came in our little gift bag, goodie bag at from Utah.
hold on, let me see. I got some. It's not a gun, so I can show it. Hold on, give me just a second.
Can I have it? Jeez. Right. I'll ask him that question, Ken, when he gets back. Who enjoys a good glass of sweet tea? I mean, really, come on. Any
Not
issue
I.
with the 6mm barrel that you Cerakoted?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, none at all. Like, what kind of issues could there be?
Scratches, dents, cracks.
Nope, nothing. No, it's like pristine, even after
Wear
being
more.
out in the all that. It's all good.
Chris, those are going to be coming fairly soon. They're making the patches right now to put onto the hat, so I'll know more later. I will let you know. Rick, do you ever have a fire? Every once in a while we have a fire. I actually responded to it was a parking structure fire. Ended up being fireworks and explosions, but it ended up being just fireworks. So it wasn't much. But yeah, I got guys up north right now on fires.
So lead mining, I actually use a bit. I love it. It's great. They're a little, but they work well, very, very well.
What did you say, Rath? You were broken up, I believe.
He was asking about the Bench Source annealer, and that's what I have, and I think it's a great annealer. A little expensive, but it works well, very fast.
Yeah, you'll never have to buy a new one. That's for sure.
Anybody ever played with the CAA, the Micro Ronies? It's not a pistol. It's not anything. It's not a firearm. It's just a stock.
Was that the one at the gun store that you talking about the other day? Wait, that's a folding stock. So yes, it is that one.
Yes, it is. This is a folding stock. So yeah, the idea was I was going to let Mini X shoot it, and I was going to name the title of the video Mini X Likes Macaroni, because it's called a Micro Roni. And so anyway, basically, and this, I was going to put the 18 in here, the Glock 18, the machine pistol. That way, when anybody said anything, they'd be like, "That's not legal." Well, it is for a machine gun, so it's okay. So anyway, I shot it, and I don't think I want Mini X shooting it.
Did it climb?
No, it doesn't climb, but believe it or not, it's probably not the most pleasant thing to shoot out of a machine pistol. I know that's kind of really what it was designed for, but yeah, I don't think she needs to shoot it. So that kind of nixed that idea.
I think Rick needs to shoot it. Sally, was it Rob Latham who acted like a jack towards you? No? He was at the last match, but I didn't say one word to him, and he didn't say one word to me. Seemed like a nice guy, but I didn't talk to him. Maybe you, Ray? Did you have something to say to him?
Nope.
No. He seemed like he was having fun just like the rest of us. Where's Scooby?
Ramsey
country.
What's up, Ramsey?
What up, Kenny? Check your email, fool.
What's up, Kenny?
Half empty or half full, Rick? Well, right now it's 2/3 full. I got a ways to go. How long we been doing it? 25 minutes? Yeah, this will last a little while. I figured if I started off with a full tea, then the chat would be a little longer.
Yeah, so
Vladimir says he wants to shoot it.
Hey, Rick, I don't know if you ever played one of these, but it's actually really cool. You can push the button here and it folds. Okay, so this is the folding model. And you take your Glock 18, you put it in here, and this right here locks the pistol in place. Okay, so it locks it in like that. And there's no play whatsoever. The fit is perfect on the trigger guard. It actually comes with a little trigger blocker here. So that way there's no exposure to that. You can put a spare mag in here and then a mag in the actual Glock itself. It actually has, the gas pedal. It has gas pedals on the side. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
On both sides, actually.
Ambidextrous pedals. It's got a gas and a brake.
Yeah, it has flip-up irons. And then it even has this removable little flashlight here. Where does it go? Yeah, there it goes. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little light, but man, tiny little package. And out of that 18, man, I tell you what, that's a handful right there. That's a lot of fun.
Well, now, shooting the 18 by itself is a handful, so that's got to be better. It's got to.
Yeah, it is better. I tell you what, I did test it for accuracy on the plates, and even though it locks up in here really well, and it doesn't just slide in here, it actually has a piece right here. I don't know if you can see it in the light right there. That actually locks on your accessory rail, your light rail on the bottom of the Glock.
Okay.
So when it clicks in, it locks into place. You're not getting it out unless you pull on those tabs, and you have this to take up the slop in the backside. But yeah, it shoulders really well and it's fast. But I did notice, for me anyway, it was actually more accurate for me to two-hand shoot my pistol.
Really?
Than it was on that. And the reason is that has a red dot on it, but there's enough flex in the chassis that when you're trying to take, really precise shots at distance, I was better without the brace platform.
Yeah, but you're on your own playing field. That would definitely help me shoot that 18. One thing I did not like about the 18 was the grip on that model, which looked like what is that, a Gen 2 or 3?
The Glock 18 is a Gen 3.
Yeah, it's very slick, so I didn't like that. What's up, Sergeant?
Yeah, and it climbs.
Yeah, I like.
We'll see you 45.
45's out of here already. All right, you have a good night, 45. Yeah, I figured I'd jump on here and say hi to everybody and see what the heck's going on, because hell, it's only 8 o'clock here, my friends.
And this is the charging handle, and it's ambidextrous for both sides. But what's really cool about it, it already has the cutout for the selector switch for the 18. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Side?
Yeah.
And this actually has.
I think it's designed.
I know it's dark in here, or dark out here. Oh, you can see them right there. You see the little ridges? Those actually index on the cocking serrations on the slide. So this just slides over the back of the Glock. There's no play or anything. And then, like I said, on the 18, you got the selector there on the left side, and then you can pull it left side or right side. It's a pretty ingenious little setup. You'll enjoy shooting it when you get back into town.
That'll be cool. Yeah, it'd be fun to screw with.
Yeah, the full auto Scorpion is still one of my most favorite. If you're talking about the CZ Scorpion, the Evo 3, the A1. Unless you're talking about the older Scorpion from way back in the day, but the new Scorpion, that's tough to beat.
That is my favorite one. I think it was the A1. That Scorpion.
Yeah, the A1 is the machine gun. Yeah.
Yeah, with the integrated suppressor on it. Like, that is the coolest damn thing. Like, out of all the guns we've shot, I would say that's the coolest one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Alaska One Andy's in the house. Did you say Glock 18? That's the gun you just turned sideways? The Glock 18 is a full auto. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's,
said it right.
it's the actual select fire Glock pistol.
Which wasn't that was not my favorite pistol for sure.
No, we got two of them laying around, so I've got two of those, and then actually I have the 17 with the selector. I actually did that where it's got the selector plate on the back. So yeah, that's cool. Unfortunately, I checked it to see that won't work with this because of the backside. It's this would have to be
There's not
machined
enough
out.
room, huh?
Yeah, you'd have to modify it. You can make it work, but not too bad.
Yeah. But that was the one you were talking about the other day, right? You went into a store, which was probably Carolina G&G.
Yeah, I went into a store and it was on the wall. And it was pretty cool. Glock 18 is crowd control.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's very controllable if you do bursts. But yeah, other than that, man, that's just like shooting a stream of lead out.
I'm losing my sanity, Levi. My soul is fading away in the California. Wheeled and well armed. How you doing? Davy J's out there. Bob Smith.
Oh, so here's a topic for discussion. Since I never get into other content creators or anything like that, someone sent me a link. And guys, I do, other than watching like Rick's channel or KB32. Actually, I don't watch Rick's too much because I'm usually with him when he's making his videos. So,
I love you.
Someone sent me a link of James Yeager. I guess it's Tactical Response or something. And I've seen him before, but I've never watched any of his videos ever. Well, the link was "The Bolt Gun is Dead." That was the name.
I saw that video.
Okay, so I commented on that. And I've never watched his channel. I've never commented on him. I know, he's got some controversy up and down, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stay out of the drama. But I commented and I said, first time commenting on your channel. However, I said, I think you might be wrong on this. I said, just got back from the Hornady PRC. And, the argument is, if the M110 and semi-autos are good enough for the military, they should be good enough for everybody. And the bolt gun is dead. I said, I think that precision rifles, bolt guns, is one of the fastest. It probably is the fastest growing shooting sport going right now, especially with PRS and everything else. And guys, if it wasn't so, you wouldn't see companies like Daniel Defense coming out with a bolt gun or JP Rifles coming out with a bolt gun. They're looking for other ways to add that revenue stream, and it is where the industry is right now. Everybody's in the long range shooting or wanting to get into it. And I added to that, I said, look, we just shot the Hornady PRC, and of 182 shooters, there were 3 gas guns. Count them, 3.
Yeah.
And the highest finish by anyone shooting one was 51st. And that was by Peterson, who I think I introduced you to, the AMU guy. And so you got a guy that does this for a living every day, 8 hours a day. That his job is to work on shooting. And he shows up at the Hornady match with a semi-auto gas gun and places 51st. That's unheard of for an AMU guy to honestly finish like that. Put a bolt gun in his hands, I'm sure he'd probably been, more than likely, probably been in the top 10 or better.
Yeah.
Anyway, he commented with some jackass comment and said, I guess you need to see this link, and it's unwelcome to my channel. I guess he has a video that says unwelcome to my channel. I was like, dude, I'm not here for the drama. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, that's awesome, actually. I watched that video and I'm like, no. I would say that because ARs have been men and women's Legos for many years, that people are getting bored with it. They already made 5, 10, 100, whatever the case is, and they want to do something different,
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't tickle my fancy, you know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Yeah.
Got some Trump supporters out there. We've got Sally and Ronald. I saw this and was like, so this, you guys wouldn't know this yet, but I have this in the underneath the glass of my desk and one of the top officials for our, what would you call it? I'll just call it top official, so I don't give away anything. But we have a bet going, $500 bet on who will win the presidency for next 2020. So we'll see. Hopefully, I get $500. If not, I'm not going to be so mad about the $500, but the other thing as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I love ARs. I mean, I don't talk about them on the channel a lot or anything else, but Rick can tell you I mostly own ARs. I'm not like KB32 where I'm doing a build all the time or anything like that, but my builds that I have are really nice. I'm not saying that his aren't, but I mean, I don't build them all the time, but I love ARs, but I'm not jaded enough to think that I can shoot with a bolt gun guy for precision long range. I mean, I've got some ARs that are some absolute tack drivers, but you got to know the limitations and you got to know what it's for. It's like when you and I shot that DMR match, you don't show up with a bolt gun to that. You're gonna lose your butt off. When you're doing multiple engagements quickly at good distance. I mean, guys were like, "Oh shoot, I have no problem hitting targets of 1,000 with my 6.5 Grendel." Well, no, neither do I. But we're not talking about 1 MOA targets either. We're not talking about little tiny targets. We're talking about precision bolt guns. So no, I don't think it's dead, and I disagreed with him completely on that. But
so is it still up where there's a link and then you watch the link and it says what, unsubscribe or something?
The title that he linked it, he goes, let me see here. The comment, yeah, it's still up. The comment was here's a link. And when you click on the link, it says welcome to my channel. I don't know.
It's unwelcome to my channel.
It's really dick move, sorry.
He is he has that in him. Yeah. I've never met the man in person. I've heard he's a great guy, but he is very abrupt.
Yeah, the thing is, I've met him as well too, a few times. He just doesn't know. I guess he doesn't know my, the handle or whatever, and it's fine. But yeah, he didn't take to that too well. At least he took the time to respond. So
yeah, that was a bonus. Tats bald head, a real operator. Yep. And don't forget the beard. You gotta have a tactical beard. I look forward to the 90 lives. Let's see. Ronald says, watched a video about Spec Ops getting into the 6.5 Creed and different chassis for mission, including the 110 and the FN machine gun. Yeah, I did hear that the military was going to go to the 6.5 Creed more, which if they do will be pretty cool. Sounds like that's going through. I don't know 100% for sure on that, but we shall find out. But if they do, think about all that military surplus 6.5 Creedmoor ammo.
Yeah, PRS shooting is not typically, from what I learned over at Hornady and what, for anyone that hasn't done it, is we're not talking about minute of man targets here. We're not talking about a DMR match or DMR size targets. We're talking about precision small targets.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a huge difference between a man-sized silhouette and a freaking 6-inch steel at 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Let's see. James is a different dude for sure. He is sometimes a bit abrasive.
I'm not busting on him. It was just, come on. Then again, come on. All content creators do it. They'll come up with a video that's controversial for the mere fact that it's going to get views,
Yeah, well, back in the day, he did some really gnarly ones, and he got a lot of flack for them, and I think he got a lot of support for him as well. So,
yeah.
What is the saying? Bad all publicity is good publicity, or something. Bad publicity is good.
Bad publicity is still publicity, So it's all good. No hard feelings.
Yeah, no worries. Look at Jackson buying some.
Problem, just here for the experience.
You know what? I can finally see Jackson's logo. It looks like, I don't know if it is. It looks like Arlington Cemetery with all the little the headstones. Tell me if that's true, Jackson. If it is, I've been there a couple times. Actually, I got this at Arlington Cemetery. You guys probably see me wear this all the time. This is probably my 10th one of these I've worn out. But is that Arlington Cemetery, Jackson? Let me know. Pop's Place. 8-pound jugs of 43.50 in stock today. Oh, nice, Papa. Brownells.
So, question for you, Rick. When you were growing up and you went to school, did you guys have like a debate team or anything like that in school? Or you guys that are out there watching?
They may have. I wouldn't be on the debate team.
No. See, this is my point. It's like no one, that was something that was acceptable back then. You basically posed two different points of view, and you discussed the merits of them.
Yeah, and that was good. You'd see stuff.
That's so hard to do nowadays. People are so just ask the question. 6'5" or 308, just like you did a minute ago. And, we can have a conversation here. It's fine. But then you have that one group. How dare you say that about the 308, the backbone of our country? It's like, come on, just can't we have a discussion with heated, And that's what the society has come to. You're either for me or you're against me.
Everybody.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, you're not allowed to ask questions anymore for sure. Because, you could be. You could be classified as racist or terrorist or anything else. Any ist at the end of it. All right, now we're at half. Are we at half full or half empty? Leave it down below. I want to know who's negative and positive around here. I need a freaking paper towel because this thing's like leaking all over hell and back.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with the Area 419 Hellfire Break. I took off the Thunder Beast suppressor adapter muzzle brake in favor or in lieu of the Area 419. I put the 419 on there and ran the Hornady match, and I was very impressed with it. Now, yeah, it's loud. It's obnoxious. It does what it's supposed to do. Tame the muzzle where you're not getting a whole lot of jump. I like it.
I knew those were going to work well.
Yeah.
The best part is that's the one where you can screw your can right over the top, right? Or you got to take the end off, but you don't have to mess with it.
Yeah.
Was that the one?
No, the 419 that I put on there was just a standard one that you just screw on itself times, but they're doing one now for the different suppressors.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one of those actually, and I wish I would have went. Ray and I talked about this, and he's saying, "No, you did a good job of getting the 30 cal, but man, I sure wish I would have got the 6.5."
Well, I don't want to listen to me.
No, I mean I'm glad I went with it, but all I'm shooting out of there, and then I could be shooting that 6mm with the 2, and it's a little bit smaller hole, and it's like, dang it, because I could have shot the 6mm and the 6.5. Maybe I'll just have to one day save up and get another one.
Yeah, those guys at Area 419, they're great. That is a great success story. I know I mentioned that before, but those guys have been good to deal with. They're a little hard to get in touch with, but you can understand that they're a growing company and they're putting out a good product. You can't go anywhere that has any type of bolt gun without seeing some type of Area 419 stuff on it. So, they're hitting all the right marks. I think like I said, it's such a big growing segment right now. I do want to touch on Pontius Pilot's question because I do have a lot of experience with that. He said pros and cons of suppressor on an AR-15. I love them. I love suppressors on AR-15s. However, it is the dirtiest your gun will ever get. It is every single nook and cranny in that rifle, your magazine, your bullets, everything is going to just get covered in carbon. You're going to be overgassed unless you put something in there, whether you have like a suppressor bolt or some kind of adjustable gas block, or you change the buffer out, whatever the case is. They get really, really hot. They will burn you.
And they're not great at suppressing sound either.
Yeah, they're not the greatest. 223 in of itself is hard to suppress, but it is still better than
Yeah.
anytime I'm shooting around the house here. Even though I don't have many neighbors to really worry about, I still try to put one on there. But if you're doing any type of distance shooting or anything, Mirage will really be a big issue because of the heat coming off the suppressor. And it doesn't matter what kind of suppressor cover you have. You're just typically going to shoot an AR a little faster rate of fire than you are a bolt gun, and it's going to get hot very quickly, and it's going to be hard for you to see your target. Yeah, I run a lot of piston guns, ARs as well, and it definitely helps, but you're still going to get gas back.
That 300 blackout though, that was with subsonic ammo was super quiet. That was nice. Actually, you ran that with the MDI, the R squared K9.
What's that? The 300 blackout?
Yeah, that was amazingly quiet. That was
crazy quiet with subsonic.
Yeah. Let's see. 419, great company. Ohio. When am I going? Rick, when are you going to live on the East Coast permanently? I live on the East Coast permanently. I just visit the West Coast, work, and then fly my ass home. Lynn, I'm not sure. I need to retire, but I don't know when yet.
What length 5.56 barrel makes the best suppressor host? The longer, the better. On my 20-inch gun, it's, even though I run pretty much Thunder Beasts on everything, on the 20-inch guns, it's really quiet. But, the shorter you go, man, the freaking louder it gets, the more erosion you're going to have on your baffles over time. So, yeah, I don't know. I like them on a 20-inch gun. Now, speaking of which, I did get an Ultra 9 in recently. And
Nice.
shot it. I didn't get any footage when I was out at the range the other day, but I shot it on the 6.5 PRC, and it does really well.
You're a slacker.
Yeah, I didn't have time for that. Man, we had storms coming in and everything. I was like, I'm not breaking out the cameras. Just want to get these rifles broken in.
How did that training day go? Pretty good?
Yeah, it did. It went really, really well. As a matter of fact, the partner I'm shooting the match with at Snipers Unknown, he wants to get a trainer as well. So I found a CZ457 trainer today. I actually talked to Kenny this morning.
Oh, nice.
Was picking his brain. So I'm getting a CZ455 trainer in. It's got the Manor stock. I looked at the 455 trainer that's been discontinued. Hopefully I could find one of those, but didn't find one. So the 457, got some extra mags for it, and ordered the Area 419 rail on it for the dovetail. And so if you guys haven't seen that, basically you have these little dovetail mounts, these little tiny, like the old little pinch grab things. Those are horrible. So Area 419 makes a rail that will slide over that, and you can get them in a 15 MOA or a 30 MOA cant to it. So I went ahead and ordered that. So they'll be all coming in the same way, and throw a 4-16 like the Night Force on there.
That'll be nice. What's up, Bad Billy 429? Jackson says he sent me an email. I'm looking for it right now. I don't see it yet. I think he's going to show his rifle here. Let's see.
I saw some stuff last few days about not suppressing a home defense AR. Any thoughts? There's pros and cons to it. A lot of people will say you don't want to suppress anything you're using for home defense because noise is your friend and you want people to know that you're there. Blah, blah, blah. A suppressor can do a couple things. It will mitigate a lot of muzzle flash, a lot. The other thing is, so for home defense, if you've ever shot an AR indoors without hearing protection, it's not a fun thing. And people say, it'll be like hunting. Yeah, but how much of your hearing are you going to damage? Maybe you're not even worried about that. But, when you fire, your hearing is not going to be great for a little bit after that. Everything that I have for home defense has a suppressor on it. Rick knows that.
Yep. Let's see. Wheeled and Well Armed says PWS MK109 300 blackout with JP Spring is so damn quiet. Nice, very nice. I love that logo too, by the way. Bad Billy's golfing it up. He ain't got time to be hanging out with us. So I still don't know, Jackson. Was that Arlington? I don't remember the fence. It just looks like perfectly lined up headstones. And it looks like somewhere that it would be, I don't know. Let me know more. I might have missed it. You might have said it, but I'm very interested because Arlington, obviously.
Okay, so other than sound reduction, what else is the suppressor good for trying to get? For trying to get to understand the suppressor phase.
Where's that?
Other than sound reduction, and some signature reduction, that's about it. I mean, there's no other advantage to it that I could say. I mean, you're going to add length to your overall platform. You're going to add something that can burn you badly if you're not careful. You're going to be overgassing whatever platform it is unless you've adjusted it for such. That's about it. It's just nice to be able to shoot sometimes without ears or limited ears.
Now, some of you guys may have seen, maybe Ray, you have seen John Lovell, which is Poet Society, right? His whole thought process is the opposite. Like, he wants flames to breathe out of this thing and scare people out of the room. And I can see what he's talking about, but man, it's going to be louder than shit in your house. I mean, like, ear crushing loud. Even with suppressor in the house, it's probably going to be loud.
Guys, and I've done a lot of when I did a lot of testing indoors, a suppressor like a 556 indoors with a can is still loud. It's very loud. If you go to just a square indoor range and you have no ears on and you're the only one there, and you shoot an AR indoors, regardless of the suppressor you're using, it's like somebody shooting a 22 long rifle right beside of you. And, that's damaging, guys. That's over 140 decibels.
Well, that's with no ear pro on, right?
Yeah, that's with no ear pro. Well, I mean, if you're home defense, you're not going to have ear pro on.
Yeah.
I mean, you might, but.
What's your thoughts on that, running ear pro? Obviously, electronic ear pro, where you think your ability to hear more stuff in the house? Like, what's your thoughts on that, if you don't mind?
I have thought about that long and hard, because I have a lot of electronic ear pro, but my first instinct is not going to be throwing ear pro on. It's going to just be grabbing the gun and moving location.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people you'll see whether they really do it or not, but there'll be people that put videos out and they got basically a kit set up at their bedroom, right at their bed, and they throw in their vest and it's got the mags and they put their ear pro on, and I can see some pluses and minuses.
Okay, so this is my biggest argument. Okay, so regardless of what kind of electronic aid you're using, whether you're using some MSAs, some Peltors, Howard lights, whatever, they do increase your ability to hear. Okay, you can turn up the sensitivity where you can hear, but are you hearing directionally? Even with the stereo, are you going to be able to tell that the noise you just heard was back there? Or are you just going to hear the noise? You're going to lose that. I mean, that's so important that even and guys, I'm not a gamer, but I've played enough games to know, how, like, if you're playing like Call of Duty or any of the other ones, if you have a set of good earphones on, you can hear that location of movement if someone's coming around. It's that important to be able to have that situational awareness of where that sound came from. Whereas I seem to lose that with a set of ear pro on. I can hear it, but I don't know where I heard it. Make sense?
So you're saying being a gamer is definitely an advantage to being tactical?
No, I'm just saying that some of the experiences. Okay, so you bring up a good point. I got, back when I was teaching the car stuff, we'd have young kids coming there, 18, 19 years old that lived on video games that would outdrift an old man's ass any day of the week because they've been playing these games and they understand it. And you think about all of the simulations that, I even did the one special when I went down to the military base and showed everybody the military simulators in there. There's a place for it. Think about the guys that are flying your airplanes. What are they doing? They're doing flight sim
Yeah,
training
you
all
get
the time.
simulated.
What is? There's a lot to be said about that. Like it
What-
or not.
What's kind of cool too is they actually have those now for driving fire engines and tiller trucks.
Yeah, even law enforcement, they use them. And I'm not talking about the old outdated FAT systems or anything. I'm talking about the Virtuous that literally you go in there with IR flashlights and you go into scenarios where your beam, I mean, it's like 320 degrees full surround, where if you're not illuminating that area, you will not see that threat, and it only
Yeah.
picks up the IR beam. So that industry has come a long ways, and there's a lot of experience to be gained from that. But anyway,
We have that system, not as big as that, but I have one like 100. You've seen it, that shooting range we have right next door.
yes,
It
I've been
has
in-
it has that ability where you run the fake IR lights and actually you can fake pepper spray and do funny silly stuff too as well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Let's see. Ramsey says, my home defense is 12 gauge with 3-inch buckshot. It's loud and proud, and I'll say good luck to anyone on the end of it. I like it. Levi. What's up, Levi?
Now, Jackson's comment, look, there is nothing wrong with nods, okay? If you've got them, use them. If you can own the night, you're going to own the situation, just because you're going to be able to see things that no one else is going to be able to see. But not everybody has nods, especially nods that are capable of doing the stuff you want to do.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wish I had. It's so nice to be able to at least not own the night per se, but like be able to see in the damn night. Definitely help. I'll take the alive and deaf half deaf
Tom
option.
is the 360 piece. Ray is right. You can't tell where the sound is coming from. They help you hear, but you're not going to have that full 360 like your own ears. Like my dog just went off running over here at about 7:00. I knew she was over here about the 7:00 position. It's a big thing.
Yeah, Mike 21, especially with the crap that just came out with the guys, his husband and wife that basically got charged for trying to protect their property kind of deal. But the whole field day with the lawyer deal. Yep, you never know, Mike. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting carried by 6, you're doing well. Yeah, I wonder if the Swatcom is a 360-degree earpiece. And I wonder how well that would do. If you can see, but I mean, you could hear directions, which are.
No, he says you can't tell. That's what his comment says. You
Oh,
can't
you
tell.
can't tell. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the problem.
Now the ones that KB had just done, he just did a video on some Ear Pro. Instead of it normally having one mic or one speaker,
Those are probably the SWATComs.
they might be. I don't know for
Yeah,
sure.
because he's a huge SWATCom guy. He gave me a set to review, and honestly, they were so similar to the MSAs, I never reviewed them. I don't just. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, but anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. Home defense parody John did with his wife about home defense.
Is that the one where he just keeps going through different guns and he never actually gets to the guys and they steal everything in the house because he's so busy going, this one?
I don't know, but that's.
No, I don't like this one. I want this one.
Yeah, I want to get him with this one.
That was.
I have USCCA Insurance TV. That's a smart move. I think it's better to have and not need, just like carrying a pistol.
Oh, Eagle Eye says he just ordered an XLR chassis today. Out of
Cool.
curiosity, I think Eagle Eye. I think you're gonna fall in love with those things. I really do. When we did that build, I almost nixed the MDT and went with the XLR.
Well, +5, I will be around till I fly out the 26th, so I don't know. Obviously, I can't go anywhere besides my area. So if you want to come down one of those days, we can eat lunch.
Yeah,
Actually,
+5 would be
Saturday.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Bad Billy 429, he brings up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's the woman cop in Cali that shoots the. I think he was a Hispanic male.
Girl.
Yeah, she's a terror and tactical girl. She, that's right.
LAPD. Actually, her dad was also uh, LAPD as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good shoot. I mean, come on, the guy was already. I don't know if you know the circumstances around that shoot or anything like that, but you know, he's approaching with a knife. It's, I think it's a good shoot.
Yeah, it was originally attempted suicide. They called the cops.
Well, originally it was a multi-vehicle accident, like 5 vehicles, and the caller calls dispatch, and the guy's, she said, trying to kill himself, and what he was trying to do was cut himself. And even though it was a box cutter, it doesn't matter. A blade is a blade. It doesn't matter if it's a 3 centimeter blade or if it's a 40-inch long blade. Whatever, a blade is a blade. And anyway, when she gets there, he comes around the vehicle and starts approaching her, and bows up. It's an edge weapon. I think it's a good shoot.
It is a good shoot. I watched it a few times, and
Yeah.
hey, they want to go home just like everybody else does. She did ask if anybody had any least less than lethal, I think, but it was just her at the time. I think if you guys,
Yeah. How much time are you going to give up, though, at that point when someone can close the gap so quickly, going for or searching for less than lethal? It's all about reaction time there.
Yeah.
We've done that. We've done that before, and I've shown you. And it's, you don't know how that. I mean, look, he was coming back up too. Once she shot him initially, he went down and came back up, and I thought he was going to be able to close that gap, but she was able to get more rounds to stop the threat, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Patriot says, can you put the IY6C in the middle on the front? The Punisher logo?
Yeah, I think he's talking about the fact that all your stuff is offset to the corner. And so I guess some people don't like that. Some people do.
Yeah, that's the tough part, is trying to make everybody happy. That's like this hat right here. Look. The problem is it is a patch, so they may be able to do it, but I've had stuff try to embroider right here, and because of the seam, it always breaks the needle. Or sometimes it breaks the needle and they complain about it, depending on what it was. The let's see, Blue Healer 260's out there, gun totem. Minnesotan is out there. What are the most exciting advancements in long-range shooting technology you've seen this last year? I thought that scope, not that I'd want one, but that what was that rangefinder / scope thing where the dot would go down to where you needed to shoot? Remember, it was about $1,300 or something. As for
the Burris,
it was it was that guy's coyote gun. It was on we had it on a Ruger American. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's been out for a while, so I don't think that's anything new. I would think the biggest advancement that you're going to see a lot of play on, to where it gets a little more affordable and it gets better, is going to be the Trijicon rangefinder that can pick up wind out to 500 yards.
Yeah, I did see that video.
Yeah, that unit's $1,000, and I know it doesn't tell you what wind's doing at 1,000, but if you can get wind calls out to 500, then that's more yardage than.
Yeah, it'd be nice to tell you 4/10 left or right. Net flutter. Someone is gonna shoot their first IDPA match. Where did that go?
Ray, what round
is Jason?
Shoot, had to ask.
Mag holder would you suggest? I think any of them's gonna work fine. I use the what's it called? Safariland.
Yeah, Lynn Holt says something about ATN. I've got an ATN Thor down in the basement, and Rick and I were playing with it. It was actually really, really cool. It's a good unit, but it's really hard to do a review on something like that and show you guys firsthand. The eyepiece is so large you can't get a camera on the backside. But Rick and I played around with them for a while, and it's cool. I mean, this one's got the rangefinder and everything else But it's just hard to do a review on that.
All right, +5. Yeah, just call me tomorrow. Anytime after like 9 o'clock.
Ramsey Country says SIG scope, and if I'm not mistaken, he might be referring to the SIG scope that integrates in with the Kestrel and all of that, and it shows your holds. I don't know. I'm not. I have no experience with that. I did some reading about it. If that's what you're talking about.
Bob Smith got a good question. Says, when you shot the PRS match, did you use your bipod a lot? We shot prone a lot, actually. Even shooting prone and off some of the rock barricade stuff that they had.
Yep.
The bipod was definitely a huge help.
Yeah. Okay. So I use the SkyPod now.
For
that is a
$40
very,
million.
very bipod. That was like $900 for that bipod. It is the best bipod I've ever used in my life. Is it worth it? No, not for most people. Is it worth it if you're going to shoot PRS or any of these ruck matches? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it's expensive to swallow the first bill, but I was shooting the Atlas bipod, and it shot well, but I could see where Ray's, especially the double leg. I don't think the triple leg would really help out much.
No.
But the double leg, there would be instances where, you got one big rock here, but you got a long thing down here, and that's the only way you can do something. I can see that coming in handy, but it's a lot of money.
Look, I really like my Atlas bipods. I love them, and I was really on the fence about spending the money on this SkyPod double. But I'm telling you, that Sky bipod, that's the catch me out. I really like that. And what I really like about it is how you can adjust the legs out so much. So if you needed to get low, you could just run them straight out in the low position, and you could get that rifle, 5-6 inches off the ground on some of those really, really long range stages. That worked great. But if you had something you had to clear, all you had to do was reach up, pull it in, bless you, and you could get the height without even extending the legs.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing coming out. I will tell you that we tried the Caldwell one that looked like the Harris bipod that had the springs on the side. That was the worst bipod I have ever used. Hands down. Thing was a pilot. SHIT, man. Remember that bipod? It was horrible.
Yeah.
You could wiggle it around. I mean, you might as well just put it on a stick and call it good because it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, Jackson says, I thought you could record and use a computer with ATN. You absolutely can, and that's what I did, but you got to remember, all of my videos since the first day I've started have all been filmed and edited on my iPhone. I made an agreement with myself because I used to do a lot of computer editing on a computer back when I was doing commercials and stuff like that for somebody. And I said I would never do that if YouTube was going to do that to me, and sure enough, what I mean by YouTube doing that to me is getting back into that game of sitting in front of a computer for hours editing. And so that's why my videos look so crappy. They're just playing to the point, and they get the point across.
Yeah, some YouTubers love to edit videos. I and Ray are not one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Harley J has a question.
Todd Elster, man, he stepped it up a big notch when he started doing video editing. And the thing is, I look at that and I'm like, man, I could make such cool videos. But, the thing is I don't want to do that. I'd rather put good content out there quickly. I usually get videos uploaded the same day that I shoot them. I don't hold on to stuff for a long time.
You know anything about the Geisley MK18 rail for the Arca?
No, I have not.
I don't either. Have you seen any good left-handed shooters? I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, Patriot.
Yeah, my old sniper partner that I won a lot of matches with, he was a lefty, and I was a righty. So he always staged on my left. I staged on the right. It worked out well. We could get really close in, and for people that shoot long range, if you're going to spot from someone, the further you are away, the more offset you are, the more parallax area you're going to have. And so it's really hard to tell, did they miss left or they miss right? You want to be directly behind them or right beside of them. So when we would shoot these matches, we could get within, because you're not interfering with each other. Okay. I'm working the right hand with the bolt knob. He's working his left hand with his bolt knob, and you could be 12 inches apart and you could spot each other's hits like instantly. You didn't need a spotting scope for that. It's perfect.
Well, remember I was telling you about that guy that was shooting a right-handed action, but it was ejecting out of the left. Remember that?
Yes, I remember. Ask me.
Yeah, I never seen one of those before. That was something definitely different. Max Fernandez has a question.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the AXSR. I know they're pushing it. That's the latest and greatest. I guess that's replacing the AXMC. So without knowing or having hands-on with the AXSR, I can't comment on that. If I don't know, I say I don't know, and I don't know.
Daniel got us my judges out there.
No, it's not about that. It needs to be simple. For me, it's too many irons in the fire. I quickly.
I tried it right when I first started YouTube. I put hours into a video, you get 10 views. And then you put no time into a video and you could get 100,000 views. So I don't think the editing has much to do with it. It's either the content. Or
yeah.
What's up, Tom Olafson? How you doing?
Matter of fact, if Tom is in here, Tom is the one that sent me the link to Jaeger. Yeah, Jaeger's thing. I actually commented on Tom, and I guess he didn't like it too much, and sent me a link that basically said, "Unwelcome to my channel."
Yes, the Eagle Eye is using the Harris, and the Harris bipods are great.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's
that Caldwell fake Harris one, it was horrible. I mean, like, way bad. Yeah,
so guys, don't get caught up in spending a lot of money if you're going to get into long range shooting. It is not necessary. I mean, if you've got the money to do it, yeah, go ahead and spend the $300+ on an Atlas. But I think you'd be better served. I mean, just like Kenny's saying, go with a Harris. There is nothing wrong with that Harris, and I don't think you're going to gain much for that price difference going with the Atlas. I mean, I would rather go with something else, get a good quality level, something that's really going to make a difference on those long range shots to make sure that you're level. An argument can be made there, but I will tell you that the pro guys that were shooting on my squad, that LRA said that was one of the most important things for them for getting their first round hits, because there were 3 of them on my squad that were really good, and they swore by those LRAs. I had mine on as well. But one guy kept missing the target. And, his first round, he would get his second round hits. And they're like, dude, you don't have your level on. He's like, no, it's not the level. And they're like, we're telling you, it's the level. At 1,300 yards, you're just jumping on this thing, and you might be 2 degrees, 3 degrees off. You're looking at 10, 15 inches. So what I'm saying is, save up the extra $150, $180 instead of getting an Atlas. Go with a Harris that works great. Get yourself an LRA or some type of really good level. Make sure you have a data card, but you don't have to spend big money. You don't have to have crazy expensive rifles. Just have something that's solid.
Repeatable.
No, I've always said that.
Go get an AR and save a ton of money. LOL. Patriot. Sorry. Let's see. Put your money in your scope. Yeah, Jerry Parker, that's a great point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd rather have a $2,000 scope on a $500 rifle than the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that watches my channel or knows you and I, Rick, know that I don't really skimp on the scopes, okay? I guess the crappiest scopes I have, and I hate to say this because they're good scopes, for the most part. I know you hate them with a passion, but those Burrises that I won at the Bushnell, you hate those scopes. But believe it or not, they're good scopes. But that's about as low as I would want to go on a full-on long-range setup.
They're perfect scopes when it's perfect lighting. If the lighting's not...
No, you're spoiled because you're shooting a Razor HD.
I'm just telling you why I don't like it is all. When the lighting's not perfect, it's milky as milky can be.
Correct. And you don't know what don't know. So most people that have never looked, I mean, okay, so you do have that group of people that, hey, I'm going to buy this. And look, I don't know who I'm talking to, so I don't know what you have at home, but you got that Simmons or you have that BSA. Hey, Rick, you don't know what you don't know. It's like little BSAs and all that.
Yeah.
You don't know it until you start looking and using this really high end glass. The comparison you're making with the Burris, to most people, that Burris, when we're talking about, the XTRs, no, those aren't XTRs, are they? Yeah, they are. XTR2s, I think. Anyway, people are going to look at those and say, man, that's the best quality glass I've seen. But what are you comparing it to? Now you step it up a notch and go to the Vortex, and you're like, oh man, there's no comparison. Well, then you step it up a notch and you go into, Nightforce, or you go into the Schmitz. I mean, it depends on what you get used to.
Seeing like when I jump from your Night Forces over to or back and forth from my Vortex Razor HD I don't notice difference besides the reticle design. Like I'm not going, oh man,
Yeah.
this is like freaking super awesome. But when I jump to that Burris going the other way, I'm like, man, this is
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
that's
not
like anything else. As you close that gap to the upper end, okay, I'm going to make the correlation really easy. Okay, you got a cheap car, you got nice cars, you got really expensive cars. The closer you get to that higher end, the harder it is to tell the difference. You follow me?
Yeah.
Now, I can look through a Razor HD and tell a difference along the edges for me, because I've had a lot of those 4.5 to 27s. I don't see that on the Nightforce. I
Okay.
don't see that on the Schmitz, but those aren't things you're going to be looking for. The other thing that I'm really, really keen to, me particular, is anything that has any type of fisheye effect. Okay. And believe it or not, some scopes of the same manufacturer, you can notice it. And I don't know if it has a difference, if it's who polished it or how it was polished or whatever, but some of them have a little more than other. There's all kind of terms for this stuff with the aberrations and everything else, but yeah, it's less noticeable in the higher end scopes. And I hate a fisheye scope or something that fisheyes. Is SoCal in here?
Yeah, SoCal's in
Holy
here.
crap.
I sent SoCal a link actually. Davey's got a point here. Let's see. I just had to give Optics Planet a scolding to get my Holosun 512C. I always hear that you never know what's going to happen when you order through that. Could be like super fast, you get it in a couple days, or all of a sudden you're waiting weeks, months. There's Richard Hedges. What's going on?
Hey, so Ramsey Country, I don't know if I'm just now catching up with the comments, guys. He says he has a Bighorn that's a right-handed bolt, left-handed eject.
Yeah.
So it's really good for bench shooters. That's nice. I actually looked at one of the Bighorn, was it X10 10X? It's the rimfire. I looked at that action today. And it's like $1,200 for that action. I was like, holy crap, that's a whole gun. I don't know if we want to go down that road.
They're expensive. I know. It's like I ended up doing it. Cry once, buy once, cry once kind of deal. I didn't want to go, I wish I would have done this or wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
But man, Ramsey Country's he's got tons of bighorns. Sounds like.
Yeah,
he loves bighorns. Which is cool.
And I hope you're doing good, SoCal. It's good to hear from you.
See, actually got Ariel. He's got the same damn problem. It is still not arrived. Says it got shipped on the 6th. And it's the 21st today. Yeah, that sucks. The primary arm 6 to 30s, I don't know which one you got, if you got the platinum or not, but I actually shot one of those in the PRS match, and those are a good bang for the buck for sure.
Yeah, for $1,500, I know that's a lot of money, but compared to some other things that are out there, and guys, I do get a ton of emails, and I try to answer everyone's emails, but I have a lot of guys, ask me questions about, Athlon and Argos or whatever, and Citron. I've had limited experience with those scopes, other than people that have let me shoot them on their rifles. Guys, it's either love or hate. I mean, I think on here, he was doing some stuff with Athlon, I believe, and he says they're great scopes. But in his words, if you have a customer service issue, it might be 2 weeks before you get a call back. Vortex and those companies like that, you're not gonna have that kind of problem. I mean, those guys have always been spot on for me if I ever had any issues.
Yeah, and I think anything where they got good customer service, it's almost even better to pay a little bit more where you know you're going to get good customer service.
Yeah, nothing ticks me off more than calling a company and not being able to reach a person on the phone. And that happened to me about 10 times today, a minimum of 10 times today.
Wow.
Now, the better companies are going to call 4 or 5 o'clock. It's usually around 4:30 when they get back to checking. Speaking of which, my battery's going to die here shortly, but I need to talk to you tonight, Rick. I got some interesting news for you.
Cool.
Anyway.
All right. Well, we're almost at an hour. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. So we'll go. Can you go 10 more minutes?
Yeah. However long I've got, it says I got 10% left. So,
there's this thing called a charger, right?
Yeah, but I'm too lazy to do that. Gonna send me a 55-gallon drum of hair gel. No, man. So I like it.
We gotta.
My ears.
Any sling suggestions? I know. There's one that Ray likes. Sling suggestions.
As far as slings, I'm not a huge sling guy. I mean, I use them a lot, but I don't play around with the latest, greatest all the time. I run a VTAC sling, a bunch of them. I have a bunch of those, and they work well for everything I want them to do. The Viking,
I'm trying out a
quick. It's easy. And after the running gun that Bryson did, where he looked like a joke, where he was choking himself with the sling, he bought one of those VTACs, and he said it was the best move he ever made. The only thing I can suggest, and I've tried a lot of different ones in the past, the Blue Force, the Magpuls, the Haley Concepts, all of those are really good slings, but make sure it fits the application you need it for. That's the most important thing I can tell you. It depends on what you're doing with it.
I have the padded Blue Force. Seems to work good, but the fabric is a lot thicker and more rougher. So depending on how you're slinging it,
wears you out.
It can wear you out. Yeah, but it's a great sling. And the one he's talking about is a 2-point. The one I'm talking about is a 2-point.
Use your Boy Scout belt as a sling. No, thank you.
Need to start a scope rental company. It's actually not a bad idea, so people could try shit out. All right, let's catch up here. Just stop to say hi. Hope everyone is happy and healthy. Cheers all, Ricky. See you on Saturday. Yep, see you on Saturday, WTF. Trying to get +5 to come out on Saturday as well. That'd be cool. Use your Boy Scout belt. Richard Greer thing working. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give Lynn the point on that one. Depending on how you look, there's a little bit of that action going. Magpul 1 is supple. Cheap. Simple and cheap. Been watching prices on ARs on Gunbroker. Crazy what stuff is selling for. Yeah, I think we're going to see a big spike right before the end of the elections on, well, you can kind of see it on ammo right now. You can see it on components of reloading stuff and firearms. Have you been into Scott's shop lately? Is it pretty much empty on the walls, or did he say people are getting crazy again, buying everything up?
Oh, by the way, I picked us a bunch of pistol primers today.
Nice.
So if you want in on it, I got a lot.
Of course.
For cheap.
Even better.
Like stupid cheap.
Even better. Let's see. They want $900 for an Anderson AR by my house, Patriot. Chris Smith. Yeah, +5. See if you can come out Saturday for lunch. We can all meet up at SoCal. Richard's got several VTACs on his ARs. Never tried it on one. His long guns.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
I was probably
wheeled and well armed. If you're looking for a 1-6, try to old Razor HD 1-6. If you're looking for a long eye relief with a huge eye box, you will not find a better optic than a Vortex Razor HD 126. Period. End of story.
You can't even see the edge of the scope with that thing. It's awesome. It's like
Yeah, that
thick.
one going with a 1-6, that is probably one of my most favorites. I know that's been replaced with the 1-10. I actually talked to some suppliers today about getting the 1-10 in, because I got a bunch of 3 guns coming up, and I'm wanting to try a different 1-something optic. And they're available now. Not like they were, but you're going to spend close to $2,000 on one.
338 Hornady A tips. Yeah, those are good looking. Go to Alberto's. Yeah, Tim Davis used to be out here. He knows what he's talking about. Let's see. Levi Cummins got a Glock 44 today. His shop was basically empty.
Nice. Those are fun little pistols. I enjoy mine.
That is fun, and they shoot well too. Other than that, anything to tell everybody before we get on out of here?
Yeah, let me finish up with Will and Well Armed. I don't know if the 1-6 has been discontinued, but I do know that places like Euro Optic was blowing those out for like $800. I don't know what your price point is when you were asking about a 1-6 or 1-8, but you can see those pop up for sale, usually somewhere in that price point, around $800. If you can pick one up, they have a full transferable lifetime warranty. It's really going to be hard to beat that optic. I think there were 3 different reticle choices: the JM reticle, which is the Jerry Michalik reticle. Then you had a mill, and I think an MOA. You can't go wrong with pretty much any of them. The only thing you might not like is I think there are half MOA and 2/10 mil adjustments on the adjustment.
Yeah, I think Coda Boy has the Jerry Michalik one.
Yeah.
He seems to like that one. I can't remember what the reticle looks like inside, but
yeah, it's just a straight line with hash marks that get wider at the bottom. And then Rob runs one as well. I've had a bunch of those. I've never had one go down. They're solid.
Yeah, I almost got one of those back in the day, but at the time there was $1,300, and I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah, the 10 Raptor, Davey, that's a good optic, but for running 3-gun, it's really hard because a bunch of guys that I know tried it. I even tried it on a Night Force 2.5 to 10. It's really tough to be fast with a 2.5. You can do it, but on a base stage like what we shot at Nationals, when you're just trying to just hammer it down, it's hard to do with a 2.5. It's just enough to, it's going to slow you down just a little bit more. But great optic nonetheless.
All right, you guys, we got 55 people watching, and we got Tim Davis out there. He's started his channel, and he's trying to get 40 subs to get to his 100. Now, that first 100 is always the toughest. Help him out. You guys all know or may know how hard it is to get your first 100 subs. Tim's always been a great supporter on the channel, always out there talking and helping, been on the live chats with us. He went to Florida and was at the multi-gun event with us, hung out with us for a few days. So good guy. If you guys get a chance, go check out Tim Davis. He does ham radio stuff as well. So maybe that's something you guys are interested in. Help a brother out. Get on over there and see if you can hook him up. Hit the subscribe button for him.
Well, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Rick. And when you end the chat, I need to speak to you for just a minute.
Yep. All right. With that said, we are almost at an hour and a half. Had a great time. Appreciate you guys all showing up. I got a little bit of tea left, so let me go ahead and kill this real quick.
I got to get me a Diet Coke.
All right. Until the tea is gone. Well, the tea is gone, ladies and gentlemen. And it's always great seeing you out there. So we'll have some fun later. But we've been yapping for an hour and a half. I see a lot of new names out there. So if you guys aren't, if you like what we're doing, we're having fun, hit the subscribe button. X-Ring over there as well. His real name's not Shaggy. His channel is the X-Ring. Go over and check him out. So you guys take care, stay safe, and see you on the next one.
Have a